All right, I am going to show you how to use Solver feature in Excel to pretty much solve anything out there. The example I'm going to show you is I own a restaurant, or I manage a restaurant, and I am running short on inventory, and the next inventory isn't due until 2 days. So I want to be able to maximize the inventory that I have available to be able to generate the most sales. And there is an assumption baked into here that the most sales is equivalent to the most profit. I understand that not every menu item might have the same margin as each other, but we are just going to assume that is the case here. So what I'm trying to solve for right now is how much of each item we should sell to be able to generate the most sales. So these are my variable cells. This is what I'm trying to solve for here, right? So we have burger, hot dogs, and salad for those selling prices, right? We have the servings needed for each one of those menu items. So for burgers, you need ketchup, mustard, lettuce, tomatoes, onions, pickles, burger patty, and burger bun. For hot dogs, we are in Chicago, so no ketchup there. So you got mustard, tomatoes, onions, pickles, and then hot dog bun and hot dog itself. And then the salad, you have larger portion sizes on the vegetables because it's a salad, so it's just bigger portions than the vegetables in a sandwich. So that's why those numbers are higher there. So you can always customize that to just your own menu and how you what you put in your food items. So over here we have our constraints table. So this is the servings available is what we have available right now. So we have 500 servings of ketchup, 500 servings of mustard, 120 pieces of lettuce, 234 tomatoes, and so on. So we want to when we do this, we want to be able to make sure that what we're selling is within the servings that we have available. So if I put in 50 here, and 50 there, we want to make sure that the servings used is within that. So as you can see here, so that's 300 out of 234 available. So this configuration doesn't work. We could continue doing plug and play to find that optimal solution. That will drive the most sales, but that's going to take us all day, and that's not the reason you're watching this video. The reason you're watching this video is to figure out how to use Solver. So let's use Solver to solve this. So let's go to Solver. Boom. Okay, so set objective. What is our objective? Our objective is to maximize total sales. So let's select that total sales cell. Make sure that max is selected there. And then it says by changing variable cells. What are our variable cells? Our variable cells are these, because these are the cells that we want to change to be able to get that optimal solution. Oh, sorry, selected the wrong one. Okay, so our objective is here. Our variable cells are these. Okay, so now we add the constraints. What are our constraints? These are our constraints. So let's add them. Select these, less than or equal to, less than or equal to these. Hit OK. For the solving method, you want to use simplex LP. All right, so watch what's going to happen to the 662 number and these numbers here. So once I hit solve, it's going to change. So let's hit solve, hit OK. Bam, it went to $1,173. So what this is telling me is if you just sell these two items, you're going to maximize the sales. So right now, based off of the limited supply that we have, you kind of don't want to sell salad. So as a manager, I could either say we're out of salad trays, even though we have 58 salad trays, but I could just say, hey, we're out of salad trays, and try to upsell burgers and hot dogs, so that way we could make the most out of the resources that we have available, and maybe even close early the last day to just save on employee costs or whatever, right? So you could do that. You could try to just upsell and just try not to market the salads too much. Maybe just get creative around it. So that's how to use Solver to pretty much solve anything. You could do the backwards version of this by using Solver to calculate an optimal selling price based off of margins that you're looking for and other constraints. Essentially any sort of situation in your life that you have that you're trying to solve for something that's limited within constraints. and variables, you can use that within Solver. You can even use Solver to calculate some traveling salesman problems. Like if you have 5 employees that need to service certain areas of the country, you could plug all those constraints in there. You want to make sure none of the employees drive more than an hour a day. Things like that. You could plug it into Solver and it will solve it for you. So that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed watching my video. Feel free to hit the subscribe button.